Happy Friday and welcome to my Friday morning Facebook Live, coffee and a card. Sorry, I'm just a tad late. No one to blame but me. I got distracted. We had a guy come in to give us a quote on some insulation, and I was making tea and I was chatting with hubby, and all of a sudden I noticed I had 2 minutes till on time. So sorry about that, but I am here with you. I am so happy you are here with me. And I'm hoping that you went and grabbed your favorite morning beverage and that you can take a little time to spend with me and do something creative. It is Friday, January 25th, 2024. The first month of this year is nearly over. How crazy is that? Sorry, guys, I have to reach over and get my mouse. I really, really ran in here fast. So I'm going to go in here and get where I need to be. See if I'm even up yet, which is, oh yeah, I see a couple eyeballs popping on. So I bet I am on if I go there. Let me see. Let me go down, scroll down. Yeah, sometimes my mornings just get away from me, and this was one of them. Okay, I'm there, yay. Happy Friday. Let's see, the month is almost over. I cannot believe it. 1/12 of the way through the year, just about. I am coming to you from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, in Middle Tennessee. My name is Maureen Rolfes, also known as the Crazy Stamping Lady, and I have been an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for nearly 27 years. And I love what I do. So today we have cloudy skies, but it's supposed to get up to a high of 64 today. It rained all day yesterday. Hi, Joyce, glad you're here. And it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow, but today no rain. So hopefully that'll hold out because I have a class this afternoon and I have to run some other errands. And I would love not to have to get super wet. That would be great. Let's see what I want to tell you. If you're popping on, be sure to let me know that you're here. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what the weather is by you or anything else that's on your mind. I love to hear from you. As always, I will be drawing from every single comment that's entered. You have all day today and all day tomorrow to enter those comments. And then the following morning, I will draw for a winner of the card that we make today. So please, share with me, talk to me. I love that. I love getting to know you. We had a wonderful dinner at my daughter Heidi's last night, and we went over there and I was able to bring her some things and she had some things for me. My husband put up some cabinet doors for her, and then she made us a delicious dinner, and it was just delightful seeing her and her hubby and the kids. And so I'm so glad we chose to move to Middle Tennessee, even though it was a very hard move for us. It is great to be close to family. Let me see. If you can share my video, that would be great. Let me know. You can share it to your own homepage, to a crafty friend, to a crafty group. And if you do that in the comments, tell me, and I will give you a bonus entry besides the entry for that comment, because that is a great way to get me exposure to other crafters if you do that. So I really appreciate it. Congratulations to the winner of our last card, Lori Wycott. Lori, that card is on the way to you. It was the card we made where we colored the Most Adored celebration paper with our blends, and I thought it was lovely, and congratulations, that's on the way, like I said. Also nothing. I think that's it. I think I already did everything I had to do. So I'm going to take you down to the table. Let me turn you around here. You can see my cloudy outside, but the snow is gone. Take you down, make sure I'm in the right place, and it looks pretty darn good. So we're going to go with that. So this is me, Maureen Rolfes. My blog is thecrazystampinglady.blogspot.com. My email is crazystampinglady@gmail.com. My Facebook is facebook.com/crazystampinglady. You can find my YouTube under my name, Maureen Rolfes, and you can shop with me at stampingwithmaureen.stampinup.net. Here is my January hostess code. If you're ordering in the month of January, please use this code as long as your order is under $150 pre-shipping and handling and tax. This gives me the most benefit for your order. It allows me to get things that I can give back to you as gifts and prizes. But if your order is over $150, then do not use the hostess code because you will earn your own hostess benefits, which is what I really love if you can do. So I wouldn't want to take those away from you. The other thing is, if you're going to qualify for my giveaways, like on my monthly drawing for winners for different things, or for my free card class, you must use this code unless your order's over 150. If you don't use the code when I do the search, it doesn't come up and it doesn't qualify you for those. Anyone that's over 150 and does their own order, that will qualify, but anything under has to be under this code. I have no new cards to share with you. That's 3 weeks or 3 videos in a row, and that rarely happens, but it means we can get right on to what we're doing. So this is my bundle bonus for, I'm going to bring this down a little bit. Looks like I'm a little high on here for you to read everything. Crafting with You is my bundle for the month. It is out of the annual catalog, and if you order this bundle in the month of January, I give 100% of my proceeds from the sales of that bundle to the Doors of Hope Ministry here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. It's a wonderful ministry. You can find out more about it at opendoorsofhope.org if you're interested in finding out what they do. Plus, you will receive a special full bundle tutorial of additional card ideas from me in a collaborative group using this bundle. So that is a great resource. It's wonderful to have ideas to use your sets for when you get them and just make those cards. So that is my gift to you for purchasing my bundle bonus. That usually comes out the Sunday after your purchase, and we will be using this bundle in our project today. My free monthly virtual card class, if you order from me in the month of January and you place a $50 order, $75 order, or $100 order using that hostess code, you will get with a $50 order 3 free card kits, a $75 order 3 free card kits plus a bonus project, a $100 order 3 free card kits, the bonus project, and a half a pack of current embellishments. Now, if you're over the $150 and you don't use the hostess code, you will still qualify for that top kit right here. I only send 1 kit per person per month. So whatever your largest order of the month, that's the one I will use to qualify you here. The class to put these projects together will be online right here in my Crazy Stamping Lady Facebook page on Monday, February 12th at 11 o'clock a.m. Central Time. Anyone is welcome to join, but those of you who got the kits are welcome to join and put those kits together or watch it over and over while you put them together later. So, today starts my sketch challenge for January. This is the 10th sketch challenge I have done. You have from January 26th through the 31st to enter your card using this sketch right here loosely. So I put the measurements down here of what I used for my card today, just so when you see it, you'll have an idea. And I will post those for you later. But it is a loose interpretation of this sketch. It can go horizontal like mine will. It could go vertical. You can do what you want with it. It is just something to jumpstart your creativity. So I will take entries now through midnight on the 31st, and there will be a post pinned to the top of my Facebook page. It might not get up there till later this evening because I have a lot going on today, but it will get up there and it will be pinned, and that's where you're going to post your entries in the comments. Also, I have a blog post coming up, I think it's tomorrow morning, that will share all the information on this also, and I will draw from all the entries on February 1st and give away a fun little prize and send it out to you in the mail. So I hope you join me. I do these for you. They are just a lot of fun. I enjoy doing them. I love seeing the cards you make. You can always print these sketches off and put them in a little book and use them anytime you want. They're available to find on my blog or here on my Facebook page. So today we will be using this sketch for our card along with the bundle bonus. I am not using anything out of Celebration today, but Celebration continues, where you can earn free product with a $50 or $100 purchase, and I have shared a lot of these products already with you, so just go back and watch my old videos from the last few weeks if you haven't seen those projects. I am also not using anything from the mini catalog, but this mini catalog is amazing, so check it out. I just wanted to use my bundle bonus today, so that is why we're not doing those. But I'll be back to projects out of those next time probably. Okay, so for today's project, we're using the Crafting With You bundle, which is my bundle bonus. If you go in the catalog on page 91, the annual catalog, you'll see some really cute inspiration made with this bundle. I also made a card a few videos ago that you can go back and watch. It was a pillar card using this bundle, and we're going to use it today again on a card made with the sketch challenge. But I am in love with this bundle. It is so much fun. Life is better when you're crafting. Sending you a handmade hug. You inspire me. I just love it. And we're talking, I had to put out a question earlier today on my blog asking what other crafts you do. And I love that because this set not only covers stamping like with the Big Shot here, or not the Big Shot, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, sorry about that, but it covers painting with the paintbrushes and the palette. It covers sewing with the sewing machine, knitting or crocheting with the yarn down here. It is just a delightful set for any of you crafters. And along with that, we are also using the Stripes and Splatters 3D embossing folders. Now these are a set of 2 embossing folders that are smaller. Let me see if I have it right here. They're only 3 3/8 inches wide so that they can be used in the mini cut and emboss machine. Not all of the large ones can, but these smaller ones can. So there's the Stripes and Splatters. These are on page 168 and 169. There is the Elegant Eucalyptus, and there's the Geometric Patterns. Those all work on your mini cut and emboss machine. But I am going to use the Stripes and Splatters, but we're going to do a full card base. So you're going to see, not quite, the first layer on a full card. So you're going to see how I did that using the narrow cut and emboss machine. Okay, I mean the narrow embossing folder. Let us get started. So here is the card we're making today. At the end, I have another example that's similar but a little bit different. I am changing today's card up because on here I used the decal edge rectangle, but it cut off a little of the L on here and it was really tight getting it all in. So I just cut a rectangular layer for the card I make today. But it gives you an idea of the layout. So if I look at that layout one more time, if I can find it here, I have my outer layer, then I have a layer that is 1/8 of an inch in each direction, so it's just a tiny layer here. And then I have another layer of the Moody Mauve, another layer of the white, and then a place for my sentiment. So it follows the sketch perfectly, but then you can add whatever you want to for other layers or embellishments or whatever you want. You just want to be sure you get those basic layers in on your card. So let's show you how I did this card. All of my pieces, I have them in here because there's some tiny pieces in here that I did not want to lose. So there's my envelope. I'll set that aside for a minute. This is how I will decorate it if I don't get around to doing it on the video, sending you a handmade hug. Excuse me. Take a sip of tea. I know I always have to do this and I apologize. But when I talk so much, my throat gets super dry, so I'm going to do that. Here are all the pieces, and I did a lot of this ahead of time because I can't really do the cut and emboss machine here on camera. It's very difficult with the height of my stand and everything. But here is the background layer I made using that Splatters and Stripes design. So it's the Splatters one out of here. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it looks like kind of like paint or water splatters. And I like it because this is a crafty set and it looks to me like paint splatters with the paint brushes. So I went with that, but it is a tiny folder. So I ran this through, like I said, this would work on your mini, but I ran it through on my regular cut and emboss machine. And what I did is I ran it through once on one end, just like that. Then I took it out and I slid it over and I ran it through again on this end. And because of the way the pattern is, it's very forgiving. It just embosses over it. You don't notice. The only thing you do notice is there's a little bit of a mark where that came together. But it doesn't really show on my finished card because I'm going to layer all of these other things on top of it. So you'll see that when I'm done. If you're looking real closely, you might be able to see it, but not enough that it would stop me from using it. And I love the look of that splatter. So we just have here a layer of Orchid Oasis. That's one of our in colors that'll be going away when this catalog, annual catalog retires. So be aware of that. If you love the Orchid Oasis, the Tahitian Tide, the Parakeet Party, what was the other one? There's another one. Orchid Oasis, Starry Sky, Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide. I can't remember offhand what the other one was, but there's 5 in colors. They will be going away when this catalog retires. So stock up on those at any time because once the retirement list comes out and they're announced, they usually sell out fast. Now this was embossed with a 3D embossing folder. And so whenever I use a 3D embossing folder, I go around the entire edge to hold this down. Just because that embossing is deep and it allows it to lift up a little more. So there's a few times that I do all the way around and this is one of them. Usually I just do my corners. And I'm doing this card horizontal so it matches the sketch. But if you wanted to do the sketch and turn it vertical, I will show you a similar example vertical, but it doesn't really match the sketch, but it's just a similar example using this stamp set. So I hope you guys are having a great day. I hear hubby out there talking on the phone probably to someone else about that insulation, getting some quotes. I don't think you can hear him, I hope, but if you can, that's what he's doing. So now I have a layer here of Moody Mauve. This is 4.5 by 3 1/4, and I'm going to layer a 3" by 4 1/4 piece of basic white right on top of it. And since this is totally flat, I'm just doing my corners. It works great. You don't need all that extra adhesive. It'll hold on there perfectly, and it makes your seal or whatever adhesive you're using go so much longer. So don't feel like you have to cover the back completely. This is a good, strong adhesive. Okay, and then we're going to pop this up on dimensionals. Now I usually do all of my creating on here first before, but we're not actually stamping anything on here today. Everything is going to be done with these pieces. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that right now to the front of my card base. And I want it to stand up, so I'm going to use, I want it to have that depth of being raised up. So I'm going to use probably 6 dimensionals on here. I don't try to overdo my dimensionals, but you do want them to give you the effect that you want. And if you don't do enough on a larger layer, they're just going to squish down. And when you look at the card, you won't have that noticeable dimension on there. And that's what we're after. So don't skimp too much on them if you can avoid it. Okay, we're going to come in here and center this on this card base, trying to get it as straight as I can. And then I'm going to show you that now that it's on here, you would be hard pressed to find where that seam was, where these 2 embossing folders came together. It really is forgiving and allows you to use this embossing folder. The other one in this kit, I don't think I have it right here in front of me, I don't know where I put it, is a kind of a jaggedy stripe, and that is just as forgiving. You can also use that one the same way. So that's nice. It's nice to know you can use them on a larger piece of cardstock if you need that. Okay, so here's my pieces. I cut these out, so I'm going to be crafting with you. I'm going to be using the images out of here, and then I cut these pieces out. Here's my little easel, and it cuts out right here with this one. I have my basket and my paintbrushes. So there's a basket right here, and then this outline here cuts out the paintbrushes. And then I cut out 3 little hearts. These are all out of this set. They're 3 different shapes. So there's a double heart image right here and a single one here. So I use those to cut my 3 hearts. So those are my pieces for this. And we're going to start out with our easel. So I'm going to use a technique that I'm sure you've all heard of. It is direct to stamp using watercolor markers. Do not use your blends for this, because if you do, they will just stain your stamp terribly because they're permanent and they won't stamp the image you want. So don't use blends. Make sure you're using our Stampin' Right watercolor markers or some other kind of watercolor marker. These work great because I'm going to use the brush end on these. So the brush end always has a thicker line and the pointy end has a thinner line, just so you know that. And we're going to come in here and color directly onto this stamp. And I'm usually start with my middle images and then work out to the outside, just because it's easier for coloring with my markers. So I'm going to start with Moody Mauve, and using the brush end, we're going to come in here and color those two bigger flowers. So you want to be careful to try to get the ink just on those flowers. But if you get a little dab here and there on some other part of the image, it doesn't matter, guys. Really, it doesn't. It's still going to look fine. And I'm going to go over them a couple times because I want to be sure there's a nice layer of this ink on there. Do the other one more time here. This is kind of a sketchy little image, and it looks really good when you stamp it down on the easel because it looks a little watercolory, like someone was painting a picture. And then I'm going to take the Orchid Oasis, and we're going to do the same thing. Using the brush end, I'm going to color the two tinier flowers on here. How many of you have done this technique before? It has been around forever, and I forget about it sometimes. But it's great when you have an image stamp like this that should be stamped in lots of different colors. But if you stamp it down just with an ink pad, you're going to get one color on it. It's not a coloring image. So by using direct to stamp like this, you can get all that beautiful color on there by using the markers. And I love that. Go over them each twice. And then I'm going to take, what is this one? Old Olive? No, Mossy Meadow. And we're going to color the leaves. So I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm just going to go around and do them each twice to make sure I have a nice coating of ink on them. But it's a quick and easy way, like I said, to get lots of color onto your more solid stamped image that really can't be colored otherwise. Without having to mask, you could do masking and do different portions, but that's a lot of work. So, okay, then the key to making this work is you have to huff on it with your warm breath. That re-moistens all the colors because they start to dry out as I'm coloring all those different pieces. So you're going to hear me huff. I don't think I can show you on camera, but you're going to hear me huff. Just to re-moisten that. And then I'm going to come in here and we're going to stamp this down. Make sure I'm in camera. Stamp this down onto my canvas here. So it looks like I was creating this painting. Let's give it a nice push. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I love that. I love that I have all those colors and it looks a little watercolory. Worked out perfect. So now we want to add our easel to the front of our card. So I'm going to take some seal and just go back on the back of the canvas here. But then I also want my little legs to stick down, and they're pretty tiny for seal. So I'm going to take some Tombow and just put a little line of Tombow on the back of each of these three legs on the easel, like that. And then we're going to pick this up and add it to the front of the card. Use the tweezers to do that just because it's got that Tombow on there and to help me with my placement. So I'm placing this so the legs of the easel are coming almost down to the bottom of the Moody Mauve layer, and I'm centering it side to side, which is going to make this easel come up over the top of this layer, and that's exactly what I wanted it to do. I wanted it to look like another 3D image on top of here, which it really is. It's a whole new image. And I wanted it to stick up a little bit. And then I want these little legs to glue down well, so I'm going to take a block here and just set it on there while we're doing some more crafting for this. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is take my Orchid Oasis stamp pad. And we're going to stamp our sentiment, our outside sentiment on here. And it says, life is better when you're crafting, which I have to admit, crafting has been such an awesome part of my life. I can't imagine a time when I can't craft. And again, I did change this to a rectangle for my sentiment because the deckled edge cut it off a little too close for my liking. So we're just going to use a rectangle, just like that. And then I want to add some color to my little paint brushes. So we're going to grab our markers, and this time I'm going to use Wild Wheat and come in here, and we're just going to do a little coloring onto, not our markers, we're going to add some color to our paint brushes. I don't think that's what I said, but that was certainly what I meant. Sometimes my mouth gets ahead of my brain or behind my brain or somewhere not using my brain, so I apologize if I say wrong words because it happens. So that's my Wild Wheat. And then I'm going to grab just my Moody Mauve, and we're going to add a little bit to this paintbrush so it looks like I was coloring with some Moody Mauve on there. And then I'm going to take my Orchid Oasis and add just a dab, well, I don't want to use the tiny end, I want to use the bigger end, to this paintbrush here. So it's kind of hard to see, and you don't need to add a lot of color to this because part of it's hidden by the basket, but I just want to give the illusion that these are what I am using on my painting. And I stamped the little basket with Wild Wheat and die cut it out. And we're going to add some seal to the back of that. And then I'm going to come in and lay my paintbrushes in that basket. And I'm tilting them so that the edge of them kind of hits the basket so it looks like if they were laying in there. And this has just a tiny little tip hanging over the edge, so all I'm going to do is cut that off because it doesn't matter. It's behind the basket and you can't see it. Okay, just like that. So now this should be glued down, and it seems to be very glued down. I'm just going to take some seal on the back of here. Same thing like I just did, and we're going to put this over to the side, down near the bottom, but overlapping the leg of the easel a little bit so it looks like it's sitting on the floor right next to my palette. The next thing is we're going to add our sentiment, and I'm just putting seal on it. I'm not putting it on the very end because that part's going to stick off the edge. So I'm just putting it on the first portion, and I'm placing this on my card over my easel, but so that you can still see the legs, and leaving just a little bit of my Orchid Oasis showing on the side there, just like that. And then we're going to add our hearts. So to add my hearts, I just used glue dots because it was the easiest. I'm going to come in and place a glue dot on the back of here. Pick it up. If I'm lucky, yep, there we go. And place this one right up here. I'm not adding other embellishments to the front of this because one, it's raised up, so any embellishments I put on now are going to be pretty high and make my card thicker. But because these little hearts that I'm putting on become actually my embellishment. I'm putting them on in kind of a triangle to draw your eye like we normally do with gems. And sometimes your cards just don't need another embellishment. Your little bitty images can do that. So we're going to place this one over here. So that's the front of our card, just like that. And then, yeah, let's stamp the inside of our card and our envelope. So for these, I am using the sentiment that says, sending you a handmade hug. Now you might notice that I am using photopolymer stamps, and I'm not using my stamp mat. I'm stamping directly on this glass, I can't think of what it's called now, this glass plate that you can get as a hostess sign-up bonus right now. So if you sign up as a hostess, along with all of your normal merchandise you would be able to get, you can get this free of charge, and it's like a $60 value for this glass plate and a little silicone mat and a chamois. But I love it. My photopolymer stamps seem to work perfectly on here without a mat underneath them. Now I say that and I hope they will continue to work perfect as I'm stamping, but just look how nice the image is. I haven't had to use the foam mat underneath at all, and that is just nice because sometimes you forget, whatever, and I don't have to worry about it. And we're going to stamp that same sentiment up here in my card, just like that. And then just for continuity, from the front of this card to the inside, we're going to add a couple little hearts. So I'm going to use my Moody Mauve, and in this stamp set there is an adorable little heart. So let's just take that and add a little heart up here and another one down here. And we'll do the same thing on our envelope. Look how cute. You know I hate naked envelopes, and I love when I see a card in the mail that the envelope is already cutely stamped and I'm thinking, oh, I cannot wait to open that and see what's inside. So that is our project today. Again, it uses, let me get this back out. I'll get things out of the way that are unnecessary here. I'm going to show you one more card, so hang on. But this uses the sketch challenge that starts today. So again, you can see it follows that sketch challenge, and it uses my Crafting With You bundle bonus that you can earn a free PDF of additional ideas from, and 100% of my profits support the Doors of Hope ministry. So I love it. I love how it turned out. I hope you guys like it. This set, or this bundle, is amazing. I am having so much fun playing with it. So let me show you the other example. You can probably see it off to the side a little bit here. This is a vertical version. It uses, oh, what blue? Boho blue, and then just a few different colors than this one does. On this one, I did use embellishments, the pearls from our fall catalog, I think they were. And then on the inside, I left this one blank because I'm not sure what I'm going to use it for. But it is the same basic card. It just doesn't follow our sketch challenge because it doesn't have the additional layers or the sentiment over to the side. So I didn't want to use it for today's card. But I love it also. Cute, easy, fast. You can die cut all those things in just a couple minutes once you stamp them. And the same thing, I did the direct to stamp with my watercolor markers to get my coloring on my picture. So that's it, guys. Thank you for taking some time and staying with me today. Don't forget to leave your comments for a chance to win this card. You have till tomorrow night, midnight, or actually until I do the drawing the following morning, which can vary in time. So you're safe if you put them in by midnight for a chance to earn this card. As always, I would love to be your creative coach and demonstrator. If you have any questions or would like a catalog, please reach out to me in the comments of this video or email me at crazystampinglady@gmail.com. A quick note is that I will not be here on Tuesday. We have out of state guests coming to spend a few days with us, and we will be entertaining them, and we have plans for Tuesday morning, but hopefully I'll be able to do my video on Wednesday at this same time. So please note that change, mark your calendars, and I will do my very best to be on Wednesday. Till then, thank you so much for being with me. I appreciate your time and your comments, and have a wonderful and creative weekend. Bye-bye now.